everyone, my name is Lindy Whitfield and I'll be presenting on political parties and participation in Ireland. This is a look into the parties and their role in the Irish government. To start off, I'm just going to name some major parties of Ireland, and I really chose to focus on these parties just because, particularly in my research, I found that these are the parties that have really been showing up in different news sources and things like that. So they seem to have a pretty prominent role in Ireland's government currently. So, Fianna Fáil, is one of the first ones, and Fine Gael. These are the two prominent major parties of Ireland. There's also the Labour Party, the Green Party, and Sinn Féin. And to move on into the particular parties, we'll start with Fianna Fáil. It was founded in 1926 in Dublin. Fianna Fáil rules the Irish government for longer than any other party. This party has held the majority seats in the Dáil 53 years of their 84-year existence. This is a pretty prominent role in the Irish government. Not to mention the fact that at some points this political party held the majority seats in the Dáil for sometimes 16 years at one time. So they're a very prominent party in the Irish government and have huge influence on the decisions of the Irish government. And as I mentioned, they've dominated numbers in the Dáil at various times. Their major concerns are in areas such as healthcare, education, budgeting, the environment, and even the use of original Irish language. Because they have dominated the Dáil at various times, this party is all about the majority of Ireland. Especially doing my research, looking on their main website, they seem to be all about a united Ireland. And they are defined to adopt centrist pro-business policies. Next, we have Fine Gael. This is perceived further right from Fianna Fáil. They were founded in 1933. This party was actually originated from another party further in history who supported the Anglo-Irish Treaty. This party was very particular, and once they adopted broader ideas and beliefs, it eventually turned into Fine Gael. They are committed to issues related to the market economy, positive and integrated relationship with Europe, and responsibility of the people. They also have a strong sense of nationalism. Moving on to the Labour Party. This party was founded in 1912 in opposition of the Anglo-Irish Treaty. So obviously this treaty has really founded some of these parties in Ireland and has really created some tension in between the parties as well. This party is actually defined as a left-wing party. They are politically active on the rights of Irish people, including the constitutional ban on divorce, legislation on contraception, and gay rights. They nominated the first Irish President Mary Robinson, and are a huge advocate for peace and equality. This party really seemed to be all about the Irish people, especially, again, looking into research and different websites that they posted. Their huge concern is on civil rights and things of that nature. Moving on to the Green Party, formed in 1981. As posted on their website, they are based on peace, democracy, social justice, environmental protection, and use of natural resources. It's the only party that allows members to have say in all decisions. And they recently gave up all the seats in the Dáil, and they're currently going through a party reformation. I think this is one of the main reasons why I found them in my research and in current Ireland politics, is because this party is currently going through a reformation and trying to redefine their beliefs and their party system and the way that they will approach the Irish government. Their party leader in particular was quoted to say that this is just the beginning for this party. So it's a very important time for the Green Party, particularly right now in Ireland. And they've always seemed to have lower representation in the Dáil and as far as government representation. So hopefully that will be different for them in the future. Next we move on to Sinn Féin. Established in 1905, this is also defined as a left-wing party. They are heavily focused on the union of the northern and southern parts of Ireland. This party in particular seemed to really be focused on a united island of Ireland, and particularly because this party pushes towards a new republic defined as democratic socialist. Part of their beliefs, as stated, was that wealth should be distributed. They mainly focus on agriculture, a checked government, free education, equal health care, and distributed wealth. Their main concern also seems to be gravitated towards the people of Ireland and their rights as well as people of the Republic. One thing particularly interesting that I found when doing my research was the role of women in politics. As reported in 2011, women represented 15.1% of the Dáil. Women severely underrepresented in government. I found this interesting just because, as far as American politics, women are also underrepresented. And this shows that it's not just something that's happening in our own nation, but it's also abroad. Women have struggled to be taken seriously in politics. This is the worst representation of women, which would be in Ireland. And women seen as caring and motherly, even in the Irish Constitution. I also noted that women were, even in a sense, looked on as motherly. I also remember reading that the Irish Constitution switches out the words mother and woman, so they're used interchangeably. Women lack time and funding for political careers due to current barriers such as childcare, cash, culture, confidence, and even candidate selection. Now we can look at party structure and participation. Ireland has 32 counties, 26 make the Republic, governed by the Dáil, and this is the main southern part of Ireland, which is, as we know, separate from the northern part of Ireland, who is more likely to be swayed by the UK. Most basic organization is the party local branch. Next up, moving in the hierarchy, there is a delegate body representing local councils. Above that, there's another delegate body representing Dáil constituencies. These bodies put up candidates for councils and Dáil both. And that ends my presentation. I actually have quite a bit of websites for different references, so if you ever feel free to look up this information yourself or want more information on anything that I presented, please feel free to go through and check out these websites. It was very interesting getting to know the different political parties of Ireland and seeing what happens as far as the tension between political parties. Things that I've noticed was that there seems to be, even in other countries such as Ireland and the UK, there seems to be a lot of tension between political parties. And while I know that this will be present as far as voting is concerned, it's still surprising to see that even in Ireland, with all these different parties who seem to still play a pretty prominent role in the Dáil and as far as government representation, they still get roped into partisanship and the vote of the people. And especially since Ireland is particularly, especially since Ireland is really particularly known for getting the majority vote of the people. Well, this ends my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, for any further information, please refer to my references or feel free to ask me any questions. And I will see you guys on the discussion board. Thank you.